got a group that's a mix of young guys and I guess one veteran. Isaiah Lewis wasn't out there this last week.
Right.
What's the offseason been like for you? Losing Mark, Isaiah's not out there. You got all these young guys. What's it been like for you trying to coach these guys?
I'm not going to say it's been challenging, but it's been interesting because most of the guys in that room have very little playing experience. So when you look at the room, Trevor and Tyron are really the only two in that room that has played some significant football for us. And those other guys, either contributed like Anthony Lau on special teams. Ben Finisette was a receiver last year, and then he ended up being becoming a defensive back. He played corner for us a little bit last year. Jordan Wolverton was a scout team quarterback, so he had no experience playing safety, but he has been probably one of the bright spots in terms of making the transition to safety. And I think a lot of it, stems from him being a quarterback, just having some natural feel for it and instincts. So it's been interesting, to say the least.
So is your main message to them, don't get hurt?
Yeah, just stay in the moment too. We got to stay in the moment. Our injury situation is really held up. We've had one injury so far, to where the numbers have gone down, but not considerably. So that's been good. I think we've been one of the few positions that have really stayed healthy.
We saw Trevor make some plays out there last season. What have you seen out of his progression in his first full off season here?
I think the biggest jump that he's made is his eye discipline and his man-to-man cover skills. And he spent a lot of time this offseason, working on that. Those were the two things that he needed to work on, during our exit meetings right after the season, because he has a natural feel for the game. He has probably the best hands that I've ever seen for a safety. If you guys recall, the first time we came out here in our 7-on-7, the very first play, he was sandwiched in between two guys, and he went right in between and got the ball. That's how good his ball skills are. The communication piece of it has really been good for him. And with him having some playing experience, he feels a little bit more comfortable than most of them. So he's going to look a little bit different in terms of movement and communication, getting guys lined up, making sure guys are on the same page, because it all starts with us. The communication starts with us, and they have done a really good job at that.
With so many young guys, do you spend time during practice or after practice this time of year trying to figure out what your depth chart would look like, where these guys rank, or is that something you pay more attention to in the fall?
Pretty much more in the fall. I just want to see guys that have some ability to contribute, because we have 3 signees coming in. Dylan Dixon is coming in from Pearland, Texas. We got Jeremy, who's coming in from he's a transfer from East Mississippi, and then we got what's Smith's? Xavier Smith. I'm having a brain lock. Xavier, but he's gonna be down. He had surgery just a couple of weeks ago, and so he's gonna miss the first part of the season. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to get him, maybe towards the middle part of the season. If he gets a little bit later than that, then we have to make a decision.
How close is Isaiah to returning?
He's probably maybe next week. He may get some 7-on-7 reps next week, and then we got one more week after that, and then we're done.
So it's not long term, which is a good thing.
Right, exactly.
Has he been able to be a resource maybe for some of the younger
Oh,
guys?
absolutely. In the meeting room, on the practice field, he has been really, really good. in that respect.
Anything else for Coach?
Good.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.